So hoe, it is a simple tool which is used for removing weeds and for loosening the soil. It has a long rod of wood or iron. A strong, broad and bent plate of iron is fixed to one of its ends and works like a blade. It is pulled by animals. So look at this picture. So this is known as hoe. It is used, it's a simple device. So this function also same as that of fluff only, but it's a simple device. We can operate very easily to remove the unwanted plant. Also it turn and loosen the soil by using this device also. The next one, cultivator. So in modern world we are using, instead of plough we are going to use by tractor driven cultivator. The use of cultivator saves labor and time. Next one, sowing. So this is the second most important process for crop production and management. So in that previous before we discussed about preparation of soil and what are all the agriculture implement. It's nothing but agriculture device or a tool or utensil used for agriculture or for ploughing or tilling. Then how will you remove the unwanted plant? By using hoe, like that. These and all we already discussed. This second most important agriculture activity is known as sowing. Sowing is the most important part of crop production. So before sowing, good quality seeds are selected. So before sowing, so how will you select the, in ancient times what they are doing by winnowing method, winnowing, so that less weight or lighter weight of the seeds will fall, so that healthy seeds will remain on the, so that they will use the healthy seeds. Good quality, or another method also is there. The seeds soaking into the water, thereby will identify that healthy seeds will settle on the bottom of the vessels or in the tank, and that lighter weight or hollow seeds will automatically float on the seeds. So it's very easy method to find out the healthy seeds. So healthy seeds only will give you more yield. So that the selection of seeds is very important. Selection of seed is a very important one for the sowing process. So here again, Pali asking questions. One day I saw my mother put some gram seeds in a vessel and pour some water on them. After a few minutes, some seeds started to float on top. I wonder why some seeds float on water. This already I answered you, why it's float on water, because of it has less nutrient or lighter weight, will automatically float on the water, so that it is easily separated. We can easily separate it and it is removed from the healthy seeds. Take a beaker and fill half of it with water. Put a handful of wheat seeds and stir will wait for some time. So this experiment also will show you the same one. How will you select the seeds before sowing process? Are there seeds which float on water? Would those be lighter or heavier than those which sink? Why would they be lighter? Damaged seeds become hollow and are thus lighter, therefore they float on water. There is a good method for separating good healthy seeds from the damaged ones. So then how will you do the sowing? There are the different tools are there for sowing process. Traditionally they will use that sowing seeds is shaped like a funnel. That means, look at this picture, it clearly shows you there is a funnel like funnel shaped one device is there. It's to be attached with a long pipe, thereby the seeds to be placed on the funnel shaped device, thereby moving the cart or bull, moving the bulls or horses, or by using any camels also. It's dropped into the land, thereby 2 or 3 pipes having sharp ends. These ends pierce into the soil and place seeds there. And next one, seed drill, or by using seed drill also we can sow the seeds on, sowing the seeds on the land. So how will you do the sowing seeds? By using seed drill. So seed drill have one more advantages. So it having, nowadays the seed drill is used for sowing with the help of tractor. So it's a speedy process. This tool shows the seeds uniformly at proper distance and depth. So it ensures that the seeds get covered by the soil after sowing. Also the seeds, after sowing the seeds on the land, then automatically it covered by the sand. Why it's very important? Why is it an important to cover the soil? Means it this prevent the damage caused by birds. Sowing by using a seed drill saves time and labor. So traditional one, and nowadays they are using, there is the 2 types they are discussing here. By using funnel shaped device using by manually, and another one is by using tractor itself. We are going to see the sowing the seeds. Again Bujo asking question, there is a nursery near my school. I found that little plants were kept in small bag. Why are they kept like this? So you might have been seeing that some of the seeds are growing at a particular place or in the nursery. Let them to grow some height, then after we are going to transplant into the land. So the same process we are following in the nursery also. The seeds of few plants such as paddy are first grown in a nursery. When they grow into the plant, they are transplanted in the field manually. Some forest plants, and not only plants, some forest plants like big plants also we are going to that is known as sapling. We say, what would you say, that sapling. Some forest plants and flowering plants also grown in the nursery. After that let them to grow some height, then after that we are going to transplant into the land, so that it will go very fast. Also we will prevent from eating by some birds and insects. Then an appropriate distance between the seed is important to avoid overcrowding. Why we should give the appropriate distance? Because to prevent the overcrowding of the plant. This allows the plant to get sufficient sunlight, nutrient and water from the soil. Sometimes a few plants have to be removed to prevent overcrowding. So while what are the important note we should follow means, before going to the sowing the seeds on the land, we should follow the proper distance. Also the size of the soil, we should observe that whether the size of the soil depends upon the sowing of the seeds also. And why we should give the proper distance. Also we should cover the, after sowing we should cover the sand, so that it prevent the seed by eating the birds. Also giving proper distance so that it prevent the overcrowding of the plant. It gives the sufficient sunlight, nutrient and water from the soil. Sometimes few plants have to be removed to prevent the overcrowding. The next one, adding manure and fertilizer. Then this is the third steps we should follow for crop production and management. First one, preparation of soil, and the second step, sowing of the seed or sowing a seedling. Next one, adding manure and fertilizer. The substance which are added, is it important adding manure and fertilizer? Because it's very important. It gives enrich to the soil so that we will get more yield. So adding manure is a very important one. The substance which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of plants are called manure or fertilizer. So once again I have to say you, the substance which are added to the soil in the form of nutrient for the healthy growth of plants. That means substance to be added to the soil in the form of nutrient. The substance in the form of nutrients to be added to the soil is known as manure and fertilizer. Again, Bojo asking question, I saw a healthy crop growing in a farm. In the neighboring farm, the plants were weak. Why do some plants grow better than others? Because it depends upon the adding of manure and fertilizer. Adding of manure and fertilizer only depends getting more yield or less yield. Soil supplies mineral nutrient to the crop. So these nutrients are essential for the growth of plant. In certain areas, farmers grow crop after crop in the same field. The field is never left uncultivated or fallow. Imagine what happens to the nutrient. See, listen. Continuous growing of crops makes the soil poor in certain nutrient. So that we should give the proper interval for the land so that it will enrich their soils automatically, or by adding manure or fertilizer to the land. So this process is called manuring. Therefore the farmer have to add manure to the field to replenish the soil with nutrient. This process is known as manuring. Improper or insufficient manuring result in weak plant. So manure is an organic substance where what is mean by manure? Manure is nothing but it's an organic substance. You know already we studied in the previous classes how will you do the vermicomposting or how to do composites. So make a long pit, make a deep pit, and that add some waste material, and by covering it with a muddy, or cover it with the soil, so that it will leave it as such for 1 month, so it get decomposed with the leaves. So it's a suitable for that means growing some good plant also. The decomposed matter is used as an organic manure. You have already learned about vermicomposite. Here again they are giving one activity. They says that the activity 1.2 says that what it says that take a 3 types of class, so named as A, B, C. Then add some soil proper ratio into the 3 classes, and add in that A contains add little amount of soil mixed with a little cow dung, that is known as manure, and class B add some amount of soil added followed by urea, and third one leave it as such, only soil to be added in the glass C. So what is the difference? You have been observed that in that glass A only contain cow dung, soil along with cow dung, and glass B soil along with urea and third one only soil, then add some water, giving some interval and adding of water regularly, so that what would you observe that adding urea, it gives a more growth. So this shows you this experiment. So did all the plants in all the classes grow at the same plants? Which class showed better growth of plant? In which class was the growth fastest? Because the fertilizer or chemical substance which are rich in a particular nutrient. Why that B is observed more growth means because the fertilizer which are chemical substance which gives more, that means rich in particular nutrient. How are these different from manure? But in the manure also natural it's a natural organic substance, but it gives a less growth when compared to fertilizer. So fertilizer are produced in the factories. Some examples of fertilizer are urea and ammonium sulfate, superphosphate and potash or NPK. What did you say? What is the short form of NPK? Is nothing but nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. The use of fertilizer has helped farmers to get better yield of crops such as wheat, paddy and maize. But excessive use of fertilizer has made the soil less fertile. So see, regular usage of fertilizer also that spoil the soil, that means it goes into less fertile. That fertilizer have also become a source of water pollution. Sometimes it also affect the water. So therefore, in order to maintain the fertility of soil, we have to substitute the fertilizer by organic manure. So in that case, what would you say, what we have to do, by repeatedly adding a fertilizer, thereby causing of water pollution, or also it affect the soil nature. So instead of adding of fertilizer, we may replace it into manure. So manure, organic manure, or leave the field uncultivated or in between two crops. So that means regular interval. First we should crop in one land, then leave the land as it is, and after 2 or 3 crops just followed by another land. You should follow the another you should go for another neighbor land, then you may cultivate that one, and that before cultivated land we should keep as it is as such. Why? Because so that suppose if you are keeping freely, that means uncultivated means it gives more enrichment, or also followed by manure or manure to added to the uncultivated land. So the use of manure improves soil texture as well as its water retaining capacity. It replenishes the soil with all the nutrients. Then another method of replenishing the soil with nutrients is through crop rotation. That means what did you say? See, two methods we should follow. First one, after crop over, we should leave it as such, the land, for a certain period, so that slowly we are going to add the manure into that land, uncultivated land, thereby making into or enriching the land. Or another method, crop rotation. So what did you here what they are following by crop rotation? In that crop rotation, by this can be done by growing different crops alternatively. See, the same crops not to be cultivated here, by growing different crops alternatively. See, earlier farmers in northern India used to grow legumes as fodder in one season. Legumes as fodder, that means fodder is nothing but it's giving nutrient, to automatically giving nutrient. By growing this type of plant, then indirectly we are going to enrich the soil by growing that legume legumes, grow legumes as fodder. Legumes is nothing but some pulses and cereals. So and wheat is the next season. So what we'll do, so automatically that land will get manure, or the land will enrich with the nutrient. There are the two types, crop rotation or by leave it as such for some certain period. Then what next they are saying, this helped in the replenishment of the soil with nitrogen. Farmers are being encouraged to adopt this practice. So in the previous classes you have learned about rhizobium bacteria. So this is an important question, students listen here. So rhizobium bacteria, it's already have been present in the soil. So what is the use of this rhizobium bacteria? See, this rhizobium bacteria will fix the nitrogen into the soil, thereby it releases converted into ammonia. So it's very important for fixing atmospheric nitrogen. See, listen, these are present in the noodles of roots of leguminous plants. Suppose if you are growing leguminous plant, so already the rhizobium bacteria present in the soil, that will attach into the noodles of the leguminous plant. So thereby that it fixes the nitrogen into the soil, thereby it converted into ammonia. They fix the atmospheric nitrogen. Next, differences between fertilizer and manure. We already known about, clear idea about what is the differences. If fertilizer is it's an artificial one, that means it's chemicals. Manure in the natural one. So fertilizer is an inorganic salt, like some few of the example I told you. What are all the fertilizer, like superphosphate, potash or ammonium sulfate, nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, these are comes under fertilizer. But manure is this is also an important question. What is the difference between fertilizer and manure? Next, manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of cattle, dung, human waste and plant residues. Then next one, come to the second point, fertilizer. A fertilizer is prepared in factories, but these are prepared in the field. And third one, fertilizer doesn't provide any humus to the soil, but manure provides a lot of humus to the soil. And fourth one, fertilizer are very rich in plant during like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Manure is relatively less rich in plant and nutrient. Next, what is the advantages of manure? But this table we discussed about difference, but which is more advantageous, either fertilizer or manure? So advantages of manure, if you see advantages, the organic manure is considered better than fertilizer because it enhances the water holding capacity of the soil. That means it retains the water into the soil, and it makes the soil porous, due to which exchanges of gas becomes easy. We already discussed in the soil there is some microbes and invisible microorganism and some earthworms also living under the soil, so that it will breathe very easily. That means porous mean it makes the soil porous, means somehow giving gap between the soil, so that it's easily exchanges of gases becomes easy. It increases the number of friendly microbes, increases the see, suppose if you are adding ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, potash or some of the friendly microbes, there is a chances to kill the microorganism or kill the friendly microbes. So it improves the texture of the soil. So these are the advantages. But when compared to fertilizer, the fertilizer will get more yield, but manure is the eco-friendly.